We found in 2019 that Amazon's algorithms misidentified the gender of darker-skinned women in about 30% of their tests. I'm very concerned about the implementation of that exacerbating through technology racial inequities that already exist in our system. Ms. Sabatino, you had raised a little bit earlier today about some of the technologies that are currently being deployed at the border and included the deployment of facial recognition technology. I will be candid, this is something that has been of extraordinary concern to us here in the committee. What we're seeing in prior hearings, and we've held quite a few hearings on this, is the internal and baked-in biases within facial recognition algorithms in certain technologies. But let me take a step back. Ms. Sabatino, are you aware of the Trump administration's previous policy of metering?
We refer to queue management to ensure the manageable throughput of the flow of traffic at our ports of entry.
And under the Trump administration, or just in general, that goal was to really essentially cap and limit the number of asylees seeking protection under, and citing these capacity restraints. But rather than eliminating the practice that clearly violates international and domestic law, people are free to seek asylum at our border. I'm very concerned that the Biden administration is moving this online with the CBP-1 app. Ms. Sabatino, migrants and asylum seekers at the border have to use the app to request asylum, correct?
We do see migrants that haven't necessarily used the app that we will process at ports of entry. But what the CBP-1 application does, it puts it in the hands, removing intermediaries and potentially limiting exploitation by TCOs to the migrants themselves, but allows for the efficient and effective processing by CBP officers.
Thank you. Ms. Sabatino, and I want to cite a little bit about some of the previous work the committee has done and introduce witness testimony from the ACLU during the May 22nd, 2019 oversight hearing titled Facial Recognition Technology, Its Impact on Our Civil Rights and Civil Liberties. And that articulates the dangers of the technology in government use. In this committee, we've gone through great lengths to prove that facial comparison and recognition technology is racially discriminatory. And we've done this on a bipartisan basis. We found in 2019 that Amazon's algorithms misidentified the gender of darker-skinned women in about 30% of their tests. Additionally, this technology, and I'd also like to submit to the record documentation from the Washington Post that Amazon had met with ICE officials over its facial recognition systems that could identify immigrants. And what we saw therein was that that technology incorrectly matched the faces of 28 members of Congress with those of people who were arrested for crimes elsewhere in the United States. In the summer, the American Civil Liberties also conducted that study. And then on top of that, what we're starting to see now is early reporting from the CBP-1 app that migrants from Africa and Haiti are reportedly demonstrating much more difficulty in using the facial recognition app deployed by CBP-1. My concern is that while we already have quite a few folks using the CBP-1 app, the administration seems to be signaling with its proposed rule change that they're going to try to make that the primary mode of this. And I'm very concerned about the implementation of that exacerbating through technology racial inequities that already exist in our system.